Manners are actions that show respect and care for those around us. In the United States, what is considered good manners can vary depending on the situation and region. Learning about American culture can help you feel more comfortable when interacting with others. 15 general tips for good manners and politeness in the US. First, greet people when you meet them. Second, make eye contact. Third, respect personal space. Fourth, say please. Fifth, say thank you. Six, say sorry. Seven, table manners. 8. Cover your mouth when coughing, sneezing, or burping. 8. 9. Wait in line. 10. Hold doors for others. Be on time and use your phone discreetly, and respect diversity. Engage in active listening, and the last tipping. First, family roles. In the USA, families are diverse. Traditional roles that works mom cares for kids are changing. Many parents share duties, and extended family often isn't very involved. And in the UK, similar to the US, but extended families may be more involved, especially in immigrant communities. And second, gender and roles. In the USA, gender roles are changing. Women work more but still handle many home tasks. And LGBT identities are becoming more accepted, but challenges remain. But in the UK, gender roles are also flexible. Men help more at home and women take leadership roles. LGBT support is growing, but stereotypes still exist. And third, child abuse. In the USA, abuse is taken seriously. Teachers and doctors must report it. Spanking is legal in some states but controversial. But in the UK, abuse laws are strict. Physical punishment is debated and banned in schools. Groups like NSPCC help raise awareness. And then child neglect. In the USA, neglect is common and includes not providing food or care. Poverty can cause it. Social workers step in to help. And in the UK, neglect is also common. Social services offer help to families or take kids out of harmful homes. And then time and work. In the USA, work hours are long and it's hard to balance work and family. Parental leave is usually unpaid and short, but in the UK, work-life balance is better. Parents get paid leave and flexible working is common. And families get more time together. Here, a simplified explanation of differences between American and British English. First, pronunciation. Like sound R in American, it's clear, but in British, not. In American, like car, in British, like car. And then short A, American like but, American like but, in British like but. And then stress. In like advertisement in American, advertisement in British, advertisement. And garage in American, garage in British, garage, like that. And then intonation in British, question often go up and then down in tone, up and down and down. For example, are you coming? And in American voice stays more flat. Are you coming? And then vocabulary. American and British use different words for the same thing, like apartment in the US, flat in the UK, elevator in the US, lift in the UK, and truck from the US, and lorry from the UK. And then spelling. American spelling is simpler, like color from the US, color from the UK, and center from the US, center from the UK, analyze from the US, analyze from the UK, and then grammar, preposition. Americans say on the weekend, British say at the weekend, and past tense. Americans say dream, ed, British say dream, t, and collective nouns. American say the team is winning, British say the team are winning. There are various aspects that contribute to pronunciation differences between the US and the UK. Some of the most significant ones are: first, historical influence. The US and the UK have had different historical influences on their pronunciation patterns, with the US being more influenced by regional dialects and a wider range of immigrant population. And second, orthographic differences. There are discrepancies between the spelling convention of the US and the UK, which sometimes result in inconsistencies in pronunciation. And third, regional variation. The two countries have distinct regional variation in pronunciation. In the US, there is a significant variety in the pronunciation of words based on region. And fourth, social factors such as class, ethnicity, and occupation can significantly influence pronunciation differences between the US and the UK. For example, certain accent and dialects are associated with particular social groups. And fifth, cultural factors. Media and cultural influence can also play a role in shaping the way people pronounce words in the two countries. Next, from my opinion, culture is the collection of shared beliefs, values, tradition, and behavior that define a group of people. Culture is a pattern way of life that allows people to live together in relative harmony, but also sets them apart from other people. It is influenced by region, religion, and learned information. Culture is distinct from social structure and economic aspect of society, but it is connected to them. Culture is also not static, but rather changes and evolves over time. Learning about US and British culture is important for English language learners because it helps we understand the language better, and like idiom and slang. Like you might hear someone say it's raining cats and dogs in English. This doesn't mean actual animals are falling from the sky. It's saying that means it's raining heavily. Understanding the culture helps you understand this expression. And then humor. Jokes and humor are often based on cultural references. Knowing about the culture helps you understand why something is funny. And then social customs. Knowing how people greet each other, what topics are considered polite to discuss, and how people behave in different situations is important for communicating effectively. And then by learning about US and UK culture, you'll be able to understand the language more deeply and use it more effectively in real life situation.